Okay, let's take a look at Tesla. What did Tesla do today? So we are up $12.92. We closed at 352.56. That's up 3.8%. Post-market, we are down a little bit. So let's take a look at what we have here on our chart. So yesterday, we've talked about this resistance at 348.29. We spent 4 days. So for 4 days, the buyers could not push the price higher. And this is a figure of speech because the buyers don't want to buy at a higher price. They only want to buy at a higher price if they really want the stock and they absolutely want to get some. They sometimes need to pay higher. They did not have to do that up to 348.29 because we had enough sellers that were giving enough supply to the buyers. So the buyers did not have to fetch higher. Now, something has changed. So today, we are seeing that we have closed above 348.29. So the buyers had to pay higher to get a Tesla share today because there are less sellers than buyers right now today. Yesterday, this was not the case. Today, this is the case. This is what happened. Let's take a look at the 1 hour chart to understand in detail how this happened. So this move happened during the first hour of the day. Boom. First hour, we had the imbalance. More buyers than sellers. The price had to go up. And then we went sideways. Now 348.29 is a support. It was a resistance. It used to resist the stock price, and now it's supporting the stock price. At the same time, what is really interesting, and there are no random moves in the stock market, look at the high of the day. The high of the day right here was at 361.53. And guess what? We had a resistance right here at 360.65. So we are $1 off. $1 off of $360. So we have 0.3% margin of error. This is perfection. This is perfection. This is why I draw these lines, because this is where we had previous right here. We had previous highs. These lines are expressing previous frontiers, previous frontier. So we had the frontier at 360.65, and the stock market is remembering that. We have gone very close to it on November 11th, and this one is really pretty much smack on it. What happened today is completely normal. When we have a break of a resistance, the stock moves eventually up to the next resistance. So here, the next resistance was so close. It was at 360.65. So the stock, within an hour, it reached that number. But what is going to be interesting is that once we break 360.65, what is the next stop? What is the next resistance that we are going to get? If we go back in the past, look at this here. We have 403.30. 403.30. This is a high that we had on January 22nd. And we also had it a little bit less November 19, 2021. So this was a high in the past. This is going to impact us in the present. So when we start breaking 360.65, then the next stop is going to be 403. So this move is going to be a lot more interesting than just a move from 348.29 to 360.65. You can still make money. It's a $10 move approximately. It's still something, but it's not a $40 move. It's not a $40 move. So this is the next move that is in store. Today, you've seen it work. We broke the resistance. We went to the other one. Let's take a look at the rest of the market to understand how things are going. So VIX moving down quite far today. So we are down 9%. We are at 1524. When the VIX is going up, the stock market is going down. The opposite is also true. So having the VIX come down like this makes me happy, because this is giving some breathing room to the stock market. Also, in terms of the bonds cannot, the 10-year bond cannot break this downward resistance right here. We like it when the bonds tend to go higher, the stock market tend to go lower. So we are happy that we are being stopped by this resistance. So let's hope that this holds. And now let's take a look at the stock indices. Dow Jones, boom, continuing after having bounced badly on 43,339. It was not a perfect bounce because we closed lower than that support. But anyway, this is going higher. We are up almost 1%. S&P 500 also moving up. Look at the last candle right here. NASDAQ also a green candle today. NASDAQ is still close to a bunch of resistance. So, it could take a while before we start breaking those. Dow Jones is not too bad. This one is into a big bullish channel right here. It's supposed to be zigzagging here. This is what it's doing. SPX is also close to a resistance right here, but it could be moving like this too. So this is not too bad. In summary, we could be having some interesting move next week. Remember 360.65. If we see Tesla break, this is going to be considered a buy signal. I'm not a financial advisor. You do your own research. You make your own decisions. But closing above 360.65 on the daily chart is going to mean that buyers need to fetch a higher price to get shares. This is a break-in pattern. So, interesting week next week. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great weekend. We are going to talk on Monday, unless you are a member at the community level, in which case we are going to talk on Sunday for my Tesla Weekly Live. So have a great weekend, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.